Morning, folks. There's an article on News Wars that says Steve Bannon, Trump should revoke Joe Biden's security clearance. Hunter's emails make him national security risk. Bannon was an officer. He's had security clearances. He understands these things. I've talked about this in the past. I've held security clearances. I've been in two branches of the military. And I understand these things, and I've understood them way back. As a matter of fact, I said to myself that there is no way Joe Biden can win this election because of these things that are coming out about his son, which compromises his ability to have a security clearance. And I talked about this a long time ago, but we know now that the news covered up for that. And that the FBI knew that both Hunter Biden and Joe Biden's brother were being investigated. Now, people say that Barr shouldn't say that because it would interfere with the election. Actually, if it interferes with Joe Biden's ability to hold a security clearance or could compromise him, he absolutely should have said something. The Attorney General of the United States allowed a candidate to run for office who shouldn't hold a security clearance. And holding a security clearance is a qualification for the job. Okay? Steve Bannon said that Trump should revoke Biden's security clearance this afternoon because his son, Hunter's compromising emails make the former vice president a national security risk. He said that basically back in the day, a long time ago. Okay? I said it a long time ago. I did videos on it on my channel. I'm going to tell you why. Let's break this down a little bit. Here's a thing from military benefits info. Security clearance disqualifiers. Areas of concern for security clearances. Your allegiance to the United States, foreign influence, foreign preference, sexual behavior, personal conduct, financial considerations, alcohol consumption, drug involvement, psychological conditions, criminal conduct, handling protected information, outside activities, use of information technology systems. Okay. When they look at these things, it's not just a matter of whether you have foreign contacts, it's a matter of what's going on, how long this has been going on, and exactly what's going on. Is the contact minimal and infrequent? Does the foreign national work for a foreign governor, how involved are they? And then they look at the whole thing. Do you have foreign financial interests? Now, you're supposed to notify your FSO, which is a facility security officer, if you have any contact with foreign nationals, and you're required to do that. And if you don't do that, then you've got a problem. Okay? So if you already maintain a security clearance, and if you develop contact with foreign nationals, you must report this prior to your next updated security clearance. If you fail to do so, the agency may imply that you intentionally failed to disclose this contact as required, and that you therefore have divided loyalties. But it wasn't Biden or Joe Biden, it was just his son. Well, actually, it was both of them. But there's an article here. Basically, it says you're supposed to self-report. You are supposed to self-report any form of contact, intentional or otherwise, with individuals of any nationality, whether within or outside. You're supposed to report it, period. If you may be the target of exploitation of a foreign entity, you're supposed to report it. You do illegal or unauthorized, whatever, you're supposed to report it, right? Now, other things. Acts of omission or commission that indicate poor judgment. Part of holding a security clearance is you need to have good judgment. If you've got excessive indebtedness, recurring financial difficulties, habitual or episodic use of intoxicants or drugs, things like that, you're not a good candidate for a security clearance. So clearly Hunter Biden could never hold a security clearance. But Joe is compromised through Hunter. Okay? Right here. Guilt by association. This is from Clearance Jobs. When shady family members affect your security clearance. He's not a criminal. He's my brother. A security clearance is not a right. It is a privilege. Guilt by association under the law is wrong. It's not constitutional. But this isn't about the law. This is about privilege. Okay? Familial bonds can sometimes cloud judgment. One of the key reasons why guilt by association is such an issue in security clearance cases. Don't allow a family member to store anything illegal at your home. Don't provide financial support that is likely being used for illegal reasons. And don't allow a questionable vagabond family member to use your home as a mailing address, yada, yada. Ultimately, the choices security clearance holders must make in this regard are rarely as extreme as some applicants think. But basically what it says in here is that if you hold a security clearance and have a bad apple in the family, as far as the government is concerned, you might as well be in with a mob. From a legal standpoint, the difference between guilt by association and criminal versus security clearance cases is clear. The former is a deprivation of a constitutional right and liberty, while the latter is a privilege entirely within the government's discretion to grant. You aren't going to get very far arguing the constitutionality of guilt by association in a security clearance denial case. Fortunately, anyway, Hunter Biden cannot have a security clearance. Joe Biden should have notified someone about all these problems with his security clearance, but he never did. And because he didn't, it should be assumed that he's wrong, he's dirty, or it's wrong. And his family association compromises him. Steve Bannon is 100% right. And even today, right now, today, Trump should revoke Joe Biden's security clearance. And people say, well, that's a political move. It's pure politics. No. Just like Barr. Barr should report things that compromise the future president of the United States. Joe Biden should not hold a security clearance. He is unfit to be president. That's all I got. I hope you guys have a good one. Take care.